The Algoma District School Board recently held a functional fitness workshop at FH Clerg called Building 21st Century Physically Literate Students. 10 teachers from around the board attended the event and participated in the workshop.
We invited Ted Temertzoglu, who is just a world-renowned presenter in health and phys ed. He has a wealth of information when it comes to getting kids moving, working on functional fitness, and really providing simple activities that you can do in the classroom, in the gym. Priority number one is just getting kids out of their seats, getting them moving. So he's got these really simple charts that are so user-friendly for teachers, kids, parents. They're perfect.
So my background is a health and phys ed teacher. I was in the classroom for 14 years and then slowly progressed out of the classroom designing resources with Thompson Educational to make sure that we had the best research meeting the curriculum expectations for health and phys ed right across Canada. So that is my job basically at Thompson Educational as VP of Teacher Student Success. So I'm the luckiest phys ed teacher on the planet. I get to work with people like Davey Taylor and help them deliver their board's mission and their board's mission statements as it applies to wellness, student well-being, mental health, and of course the avenue that I believe is the easiest way to do that is through health and physical education.
You know, our board itself, we're really, across Ontario, school boards are focusing on well-being as a priority, and specifically with ADSB, we know that if you want students to achieve well in school, if you want them to be engaged, then they need to be well. And, you know, we look at mental health, physical, social well-being. It's really, really important that the physical piece is there. If kids aren't physically well, they can't perform in the classroom, and it's really proven that exercise can make you smarter. So the moment you introduce these kinds of games that are user-friendly for every single kid and type of student that you have, you've got them more alert, more engaged in the classroom, and just more activity every day. And that's what we're trying to do.
Sure. So the app that we used upstairs was called UberSense, and it's basically a video editing tool that teachers can use when students are using the fitness charts to compare where their motion patterns are. So you can students can assess themselves self-wise, or teachers can assess the kids, and then what will happen is I can literally send that to the parents so they can see where the student is at, or I can use it for the student and say, okay, here's what's happening really, really good, here are some of the things that we need to work on.
So the gym portion was great. It was a simple circuit. There were 6 exercises that we had set up, and it was such a variety of movements. So kids can work on speed, kids can work on strength, agility. We're really trying to work on these 5 primal movement patterns. So push, pull, squat, lunge, and carry are the 5 primal patterns that through these basic exercises, it will help kids not just in their sports or activities at school, but in their day-to-day life too, of doing work or shoveling or picking things up.
Oh my goodness, kids need to move. They sit for way too long during the day. We have 3 100-minute blocks if you're on a balanced day, and they're constantly sitting, and they need to get up and move, and once they do get up and move, it allows them the ability to focus more on their schoolwork and be more attentive and be more vibrant and well aware as to what's going on.
One of the biggest importances is student readiness to learn. That's one of the important things. But the other important thing about bringing physical education into schools, quality daily physical education programs, is because movement, whether it's dance or gymnastics or any physical fitness activities, speaks to parts of kids' brains that otherwise are left untouched in your traditional classes like your math, sciences, and Englishes. Not that those subjects are not important, but when you look at the quality of our lives as Canadians and the amount of time that we're spending sitting compared to moving, we need to get our kids up and moving. It's costing our taxpayers far too much money in healthcare dollars, and it's a pretty simple solution. We got to move a little bit more, and we have to consume a little less. One of the most important things for us as health and phys ed teachers is to make parents realize what we're trying to do. We're trying to show parents that physical education today is not the same as it was when they were in classes. It's not so much focused anymore just on the games or on the winning, because the types of students we're getting now aren't that, they're not exposed to those activities on a daily basis. So the kids will actually take these charts home, teach the parents the exercises, and take the parents through it. Whether it's through a Reading Buddies program or a family fitness night, that's how they can do it. And at Thompson Educational, they can go to thompsonbooks.com and explore some of those resources on there.
The program is currently being piloted at 8 schools across Sault Ste. Marie and eventually will spread across the school board. For Go Sault Ste. Marie, I'm David Carlasio.